This is a president that's in trouble. He has lied to his base.
Seems like really bad timing to fire the person who prosecuted Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell.
Why is he on Truth Social crying, saying, I don't even want you to be my friend anymore?
I want to hop into a CNN panel discussing more of Trump's actions to seemingly cover up this whole Epstein fiasco, with him now firing certain prosecutors that have handled Epstein cases. So leave us a like on this video. It helps us out a bunch. It lets us know you enjoy the content, and let's get right to the debate.
Today or yesterday, Trump blamed Comey for having put together this, what he's calling the Epstein hoax, despite the fact that it precedes Comey.
It's also, I mean, I don't know. Seems like really bad timing to fire the person who prosecuted Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Just seems like poor timing. I don't know.
I'm looking at you, brother.
You're welcome. You're welcome to go. Look, I don't know. I mean, she's no more entitled to this job than anybody else is, and if she's so great, the next president can hire her, and maybe they will.
You have to remember that to these clowns, Trump can never do no wrong. They'll pull any justification or excuse out that they can, or just go, but Democrats, right? And meanwhile, Biden had a guy temporarily fill a position as he waited to appoint a permanent person to that position. The person who filled the temporary role after the permanent person stepped in, he later went to work with Alvin Bragg because he had a history of working with Alvin Bragg and prosecute Trump, to then somewhat work with Bragg after a year of the investigation already being started and on the way into Trump, and the charges were lined up. This is somehow proof to MAGA that Biden directed all of the charges into Trump because, of course, he let the guy go and then sent him to Alvin Bragg, and all of this absolute insane conspiracy that could never be proven. But Trump, days after hitting the panic reset on releasing the Epstein files, going on to post on Truth Social that the Democrats made up the list and put him on it to attack him, after saying he had the list, by the way, he's now firing the prosecutor who led the way in prosecuting Epstein cases, and MAGA's just like, he's no conspiracy, he can fire whoever he wants. Like, that's his power. Like, it's time to accept that these clowns will just connect whatever dot with their little dumbass tinfoil hats to do, Democrats bad. But then all evidence that points towards a negative conclusion of their side will be rejected as fake news. Nobody take these people serious ever again. They have no values.
This woman had a great reputation. Sterling. Her dad, I don't like very much. Most people don't get fired because of their parents. And I think that it is very, very odd and very, very bad that a great line attorney who has done a good job got fired for reasons that nobody here can explain. And so I don't believe that she got fired because of P. Diddy. He hasn't mentioned P. Diddy. Even Trump hasn't talked about P. Diddy. Here's what's going on here. This is a president that's in trouble. He has lied to his base. He told them that he was going to do something he's afraid to do. Why is Trump afraid to release these documents? That is the question. I have been defending Trump, actually saying it's inconceivable that anything that's in these documents is going to hurt Trump because Biden would have released them. But he's been acting so...
Do you still think that's true?
Well, now he's acting so weird. Trump is acting so bizarre.
So has that changed your view?
Dan, you actually think Merrick Garland, who moved with the speed of a wounded sloth, and was definitely...
That's what I thought. Maybe I'm
would have released...
I do agree with that point. The idea that, we know Donald Trump wasn't on the list because Democrats would have released them is weak, and it kind of all hinges on the fantasy that all Democrats are in this conspiracy to get Trump and just have TDS and want to target him. Like, they started investigating Trump in 2021. They had the charges ready to go like late 2022, well before 2024. And Merrick Garland, wanting to act impartial, taking every unnecessary step that he could, drug his feet every step along the way, in so much that only one case made it to trial before the election. Not only that, but again, I mean, grand juries of Americans indict, juries find them guilty. Like, Democrats have no say in what charges make it to the trial anyway. Democrats didn't run on the Epstein files. They ran on fixing Trump's mess that he made during COVID, which is what took most of their focus. I think it's when they had majorities, especially, I think it's beyond reasonable that they were just more focused in other areas, whereas Trump actively said he would release them, that he had them, seemingly saw them and that he was on them, and is now saying that they've never existed. Like, what are we doing, MAGA? These things are not comparable. And yet MAGA's just like, we don't really care about the list anyway.
Why is he on Truth Social crying, saying, I don't even want you to be my friend anymore because you're being... This is unbecoming. This is strange. And it's starting to make people who don't want to believe the worst to believe the worst. And we should be talking about that, not about
Okay,
P.
can I make one argument, perhaps? We've seen this many times with Trump. Sometimes he acts a lot guiltier than he is.
Could be.
You know what I'm talking about?
He's acting weird. Stop being weird.
Sometimes,
release the stuff and move on.
He sometimes acts extremely as if he has something to hide when maybe just coming up with the truth, just confronting the thing.
And to add on to all of this, there's now reporting of a letter sent from Trump to Epstein with naked drawings in them, talks of like secrets and all this other kinds of vile stuff. I mean, as someone looking entirely from the outside in on this, in that like I don't really follow the Epstein stuff, Trump is making it look worse day by day. Like, I would never even believe that there was a list. Now I think that there might be a list and that he's absolutely on it because of how like batshit crazy defense deflect mode he's going. I mean, like I've made the case a million times that I think he is a rapist either way. And I think he's probably a PDF file either way. He walked into teen pageant changing rooms with half naked girls in there. There's been reports from girls who were in that locker room that there were multiple minors in there. He told a 10-year-old that he would date her in 10 years. He called his daughter hot on the Howard Stern show. Sexualized her later in life too, when she was an adult then, and MAGA already supports all of this. So it's like, they're already weirdos. Trump is already a weirdo also. And I mean, they're willing to support all of that because they think it's a tax cut. I'll support rape for a tax cut. So what's it even to them if any of this is true? And to me, I think that might be the scariest part of it all, that if this is true and all of these people were so angry about this thing that they can now confirm, which justifiably so, they should be angry about elite PDF files. 90% of them, though, will write it off as no big deal just because their favorite cult leader tops that list. And that is insane.